Oh, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we're joined by a very special guest, current professional hockey player for the Baton Rouge Zydeco of the Federal Prospects Hockey League, Aaron Shahin. Aaron has an incredible story, a very inspiring story, so I'm very excited to share to share his story with everyone here. Like he's been through it all. He would play juniors in the NA3HL for 2 years. Played ACHA Division III hockey with Saginaw Valley State University, as well as captained that team in his senior year. And then he went on to play in the Michigan Independence Hockey League with the Waterford Sharks, where he ended up winning a championship. And then he finally got his spot with the Baton Rouge Zydeco in the Federal Prospects Hockey League and got his first goal recently. So I'm very excited to dive into all things hockey, all things your career, adversity, and everything in between. So, Aaron, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, buddy. Great to be on.
Yeah, of course. I'm super excited to have you on. Like we've been I remember we tried to or like I asked you over the summer and you're like, let me get a couple Fed games in and then we could do it. And here we are a couple months later or like probably about 4 or 5 months later and we're getting it going. So about time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I like to start things off at the very beginning because like that's where like our careers start. So you're from Ortonville, Michigan. So like what was it like growing up in Michigan, playing hockey there, and like how old were you when you first started playing?
Uh, I was actually thankful enough, which, in Michigan, nice and cold all winter,
Yeah.
that we had a pond in the backyard, and it froze back then a majority of the time. So thankfully enough, hockey family, like my dad and brother also played. So it would just be times on the pond back then, learning how to.
Yeah,
And
did you ever fall in?
never in, thankfully. The snowbanks, yeah,
Yeah.
because remember there was one conversation, my mom being a mom and saying, "Oh, you got to teach him, how to stop or whatever." Keep falling the banks. My dad was like, he wants to stop going in. He's gonna learn how to stop. What do you know?
You learn quickly. If you don't learn if you don't know how to stop, you definitely learn quickly. But like that's what it's all about is getting on the ODR in the winter, like wherever you are. If it gets cold enough, like it's literally the best. And like you just sit there or you go skate, put the skates on after school and just buzz around for a couple hours.
Yeah, just the best. So yeah, picked it up there real nice and early, and then played out of Lapeer, Michigan, till I was second year of squirt. So whatever that makes you, like 12U, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and I was playing house up until that point, like same league, same group of 30 whatever guys every year. And then I was telling one of my teammates this yesterday. I found the stat sheet over the summer, actually, like from that year, my last year. It was 32 GP, 89 goals, 16 assists. just just
Like
hilarious.
110 points right there.
Dude, 110 and 30, I peaked. Uh but no, I hit a growth spurt. I was the only one that could lift the puck. It was awesome.
Yeah, you're buzzing out there. You're just putting like averaging what 3, 4, 5 goals a game, whatever that comes out to.
Yeah, hat trick a game, sure. I
No big
wish.
deal. Just
Uh
easy league.
yeah, so that was the end of the house career. And then from there bounced around Michigan, which being in Louisiana, we got two rinks within an hour drive, like our home rink and
Yeah.
then one other one, not like Michigan, the 40 rinks I have and 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's once I started playing travel because uh how it was set up back then, I don't know if it still is, but it was like Lidstrom 7 was like the lowest league, and then it'd go up to like one, and that was like the like best, double A travel
Yeah.
teams. So first year in travel started out of the Michigan Mountain Cats, actually with our buddy Ricky, Motor City
There you go.
Rockers goalie.
Yeah.
As his first year playing goalie on that team, and we were both on. And then from there, it was just a little. I made like a little jump like every year, so I bounced around ranks for like the rest of my travel career. Um, yeah, so Ice Mountain to Troy to Orchard Lake for a couple years, and then everything was local until year after high school, my age out year for AAA. Ended up going up to Sault Ste. Marie, living up there, so that was a whole new ballpark. But
Yeah, what was that like? Just going from home, little further out, and you're in the Sioux, which is also a pretty sick spot as well.
yeah, good just huge hockey spot.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as like a small town, I don't know, the Sioux's, I'd probably guess like same size as my hometown, like population, everything wise.
yeah,
Minus the fact that they got three rinks in that like vicinity of an area. And it's like, all right, like that's what it's about here. Like that's awesome.
yeah.
Uh and it made it super easy to the transition with my billet family. They were just fantastic, all the way through. And shout out the Hoodlas, if they hear this.
Yeah, gotta
But
give the Billets a shout out. But like, was that transition? You said like that transition was pretty easy, but like, did it get difficult at times when you're out there just by yourself with a different family?
yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was thinking the Sioux was only like, well, not only, but it was like 5 hours from my house.
Yeah,
So my parents made it, whenever they could, make it up there for trips. Randomly buzz up, go get a Friday, Saturday morning breakfast with them unexpectedly. So,
they can't
that
complain.
was nice. But as far as, the home cooked meals and like everything else that, I was accustomed to, especially like all throughout high school, I was on the same schedule for 5 years,
Yeah,
like school, football, go home, go to hockey, repeat.
yeah.
But
Same routine. You got to get into a different routine, so like that throws you off sometimes. But sometimes it's good to get that change going.
yeah, 100%. I mean, that was, like I said, thankfully it was kind of like a toes in the water adjustment,
Yeah,
kind of testing out because the billets were awesome. Uh, but yeah, no, whole experience in the Sioux was a good one, and gotta just get ready for being away from home, you know.
yeah. That's where this journey starts is when you go away from home and like try to make a career out of it. But like, what were some of like your favorite moments from playing youth hockey?
Uh, one of which that comes to bat right off the top. Definitely winning a national championship, 16U double A with Oakland Junior Grizzlies, the boys. But yeah, like I said, that kind of like creeping up the ladder transition I was going to, because that was my junior year of high school. So, like I said, we were at the top of the ladder. It was us and another really good Michigan double A team that was like 1-2 in the country, So
Wow.
yeah, bringing that home with them, won silver sticks that year. That was unreal. Uh, Besides that, man, honestly, just all the guys, just like even like through the youth career is just like guys I still see now that like majority of them like aren't playing hockey, because that was however long ago. But like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just cool seeing what they're up to. One kid's a pilot, found that out. Another one performing in
Wow.
Nashville last week. I got a video of. What?
Man of many talents. Just
Yeah,
it's crazy just seeing like guys that you played youth with where they're at now, even like past youth hockey, like just see where guys past go and like the relationships you make with them. Like it's probably one of the best parts about the game.
100%. I could not agree more, man.
Yeah, but like you said you also played football like throughout like your youth hockey growing up. So like how do you balance hockey and football at the same time?
I Yeah, I didn't start playing football until like seventh grade, and like I said, that was the same thing. I kind of hit a growth spurt, so it was
Yeah.
whatever, and just like all my buddies were playing, but like they have been, and I was like, whatever, we'll give it a shot.
Why not
And
try it out?
yeah, and it turned out just being a workout, I was like okay at it, so I was having fun out there, and yeah, just kind of picked it up. So it was. I also like let the football coaches know that like, hey, hockey is the priority here.
Yeah.
Like if I have a football game, like a hockey practice, obviously like I'm coming to the game,
Yeah.
but like if it's game versus game, like you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, just being kind of upfront with them about that, and then going into high school it was kind of same thing, but it's always good, just extra cardio, extra lifting, everything. Plus seeing the boys all the time. Like looking back now, I would never be able to redo my schedule what I was doing then, but
Yeah. It's
no, it
it's
was
crazy when, especially when you're growing up and playing multiple sports and you look back and you're like, how on earth did I do that? Like I'm going from this rink to the baseball field to the football field, like whatever it is, like how was I able to do that?
yeah, no, just ridiculous, man. I even senior year, I conditioned with the wrestling team. Like we had 2 days for football. I'd just get in whatever clothes, picked up some cheap shoes and just went and just wrestled with those guys in most insane workouts of my life.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, it was just always just something getting better, and if you're gonna do it, might as well have a little fun with it.
Yeah. Might as well have some fun. Like you're getting the workout in no matter what. Like no matter what you did, you're getting the workout in, the conditioning, the strength training, whatever it is. And so it all helps in all of those sports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But then you decide to go like play junior hockey after your AAA career came to a close, and you got that jump with the Metro Jets and then A3HL. So like, what was it like to go over to juniors from AAA, and like how'd that opportunity come up?
yeah. That one was also pretty unexpected. So I skated with Metro during a free agent camp, like right after the Indian season ended, and that upcoming season was the year they ended up going 47-0.
Oh,
So like fantastic quality, of like
hmm.
all those guys.
Yeah,
But like coming out, it's like, all right, like what is the NA3? Of like coming like inexperienced, like never watching a game, like nothing like that. You're like, all right, whatever. You go out there, you're like, dude, these guys are playing, you know. Uh, so that was a real eye opener. That like that first skate of, of we're in one here.
yeah,
Um, and then from there, so I didn't hear anything from Quinville for a couple weeks, whatever, and the NA3 draft comes up. And I remember I was at the gym around the corner from my house, doing legs. It was like 9 at night or whatever, nice and late. And I get a call from New York, and I answer it. And he's like, "Hey, Aaron, it's Frank Vecchio, the Lockport Express. We just drafted you." I'm like, "All right," like 21st overall, first rounder. I was like,
there we go, first rounder.
"Yeah, not a big deal." But yeah, yeah, I like hadn't talked to the guy and really didn't have any clue like at that point, kind of like where that came from. Um, but turns out my dad ended up shooting Buddy an email and like sent him like my elite prospects, whatever. And that was the same summer my grandpa passed away, or like, in that same kind of time
Yeah,
frame. And my dad's whole family's from West New York, like primarily. So where Lockport is, right?
yeah.
And then my grandma and grandpa were living in Ohio. So my grandma was moving back to New York, right? So he thought that was my second billet. I ended up living with my grandma in New York, which unreal experience,
Yeah.
and like always had the fellas all over, and like she just absolutely loved the company, making breakfast for all the boys, just everything.
So
And
that's the place to be, the house to be.
dude, place to be. So like I said, that was I was unexpected in Lockport, and
Yeah.
we weren't the best, like same thing, great group of guys. Like I went to Buffalo like 3 4 years in a row for New Year's just because it's a fun time, go catch up with all those guys.
Yeah.
um but sorry. Yeah, I don't know, but it was that same kind of thing of like I thought about it though, like halfway up the ladder, of like, okay, AAA, now we're playing a little bit older, a little bit faster, whatever. It's that same kind of thing of like a middle of the run team, like a kind of run of the mill team.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we ended up making or missing playoffs that year by like 1 point, like last second goal. Just
It's the
yeah,
worst.
some of
Worst when
that.
that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. But how the game goes. Um, and then that summer, just at home, training, doing whatever, trying to figure it out. And yeah, get a call back from Metro. Uh, hey, traded for you. So I had some buddies on that team, so that was super exciting. I was going to be going into that with them.
Yeah.
And then yeah, go to Metro that year. Team was just unreal again. We ended up winning the league that year. So you know that was awesome. And once again, unreal group of guys. Still talk to a pretty hefty amount of them more often than not.
And you guys won a championship, and that's what you typically do is especially like your track record right now is you're winning championships. So like how was winning the championship at the NA3 level?
It was awesome. It was a little different, like for that one though. Like obviously collectively as a team,
Yeah.
fantastic, and like the feeling of all the boys was awesome. But I actually ended up uh having to sit out like half ish that year, like during the middle of the year. Got home from practice, and like I said, I was training whatever that year, like real jazzed up,
Yeah.
having a hot start, man. Like whatever points I ended up with that year, like a majority came from that first like month and a half.
Just buzz
Uh,
right off the gate.
buzzing, dude, just all net front, just greasy rebound goals, just the stuff. And but it was working, and it was a good time. But yeah, I ended up having a seizure that year, like from the diabetes. I'm type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
From the diabetes, and I like dented my parents' freezer, like went dead weight shoulder into it. So like when I woke up, I like couldn't pick my arm up past like
Yeah.
20 degrees, and it was like,
Yeah.
you
Shit.
know, yeah, not good. Uh, so yeah, doctor kind of just said, hey, you literally can't make it any worse. Like you already need surgery, so like it's kind of on you if you want to, try and fight through the last like 2 months after you're out of this sling or what. So being competitor, I'm like, all right,
So that's what you did. Like
try and deal
hell
with
yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer, like coming back, like my game like wasn't the same. Just like I throw my body around a lot, and like
Yeah.
try and make space for my friends who are typically the skill guys. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. So it was like so I was kind of like in and out of the lineup at that point, and like I don't know, like that sucks. But like I said, same time, team won a ring. Like I have no regrets at all about that. I regret having the seizure. That sucks for sure. But uh, no, it was just unreal year. But yeah, shoulder got healed, feels good. Rehab, take care of that whole bugaboo.
Yeah. Then you get healthy, bang out the last 2 months of the season like any of us competitors would do it. Like out of that sling, like that's the first thing we're doing is going back on that ice and just battling for the boys, no matter how good or how good or how bad our shoulder feels or whatever it was, like we're still gonna go 100% right away.
Yeah, like I had to go buy a 75 flex stick that season just because I couldn't do anything with my like 85, 95, whatever I was using that year. And I was like,
Hey,
dude,
whatever it takes.
yeah, I was like, I need a noodle in my hands right now to move this thing.
And it worked out. You guys ended up winning a championship. Like throughout your junior career, like what were some of the things that you learned to help you get to that college level and then eventually get to that professional level as well?
Uh, definitely. I don't know, from juniors, it was a lot more honestly that like I took away from that, especially with like how our metro practices were set up, right? It was a lot of like individual skill development, like a
Yeah.
ton, which like I said, like I throw my body around a lot, like the finer details of thing, I might not be the most brushed up on. Uh, but like at the same time, during like that time in practice and like the extra time on the ice afterwards, like whatever little things like I consider myself pretty self-aware, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, if you know edges aren't there, hands, whatever, like I'm having a bad time with specifically then, like you get that time of, okay, I can let this keep being a problem, or I put in a half hour, if today, tomorrow, whatever, like till things start feeling a little better, and like just kind of get working at it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's kind of just how I took it. And I feel like that's kind of how I just hardwired,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know, for how much time I spend in the gym, for like those days, which there's always those days where you're like, man, like this just sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Always just think, right, like a bad workout is better than no workout.
Exactly.
Like whatever you're able to push through, like for that, even if you're there for a half hour, right? Like you
You're
break
still getting
once,
something in.
you did something, you know.
Yeah, you're not
So
just sitting on the couch like watching TV doing nothing, but you're actually like putting work in. Like even if it's 30 minutes, you're doing something. Like that's what like gets you to where you're at is just doing 1%, getting 1% better every single day, whether it be like you said, brushing up on a skill set that was your weakness and you're just trying to get it in a one of your strengths, just going to the gym for 30, 60 minutes, whatever it is. Like you're just doing something to get better every single day. And like if you just compound those things every day, it's 365% better at the end of the year. So you're gonna be stronger and better than you were the year before, the day before as well.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I feel like that like tiptoeing up the ladder, like whole playing
Yeah.
career thing, right? Like I was never the best player on the team,
Yeah.
like in like because of that, but I was always on good teams, but that means like I gotta work my ass off. Okay, like good, sweet.
Yeah. You wanna have that be like I don't know what you call it, but you wanna have that like where like
Like
you
it's
want to work
attainable.
you want to work every single day. Like doesn't matter like if you're the best player or the worst player on the team, you get to go out there and battle and compete and get better and climb
Yeah,
up that ladder. Like that's why I like sharing like these inspirational stories too, because it's like I've seen it firsthand with you, like playing against you last year and then seeing what you're doing this year and like even over the summer, like when I skate with you, like it's 1% better every day and like you're competing the entire time. It's not like you don't have an off shift. Like you're doing something you're giving it 100% every time.
yeah, you know, just giving it.
Just out there battling, competing and just out there buzzing. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
that's what it's about. But then that eventually leads you into playing college hockey, where you go from juniors to college. And did you have anything? Did you like obviously like everyone wants to play pro? Did you have like ambitions to play pro after college, or were you just focused on playing college at that time?
uh I feel like going into college, I was very much just focused on that and like being able to like stick with a spot there because,
Yeah,
like I said, that's still like me. That was me coming off a shoulder surgery, like that
yeah,
year. So by the time summer or fall comes around, classes start up and I got to be there. It's like fuck, man. Like I'm still like not 100%.
yeah,
So no, I was very harped in on just making the best of SVSU as soon as I got there and focusing on that. I honestly I had thoughts and like started committing a bit more to the process of it my like senior year when I was thinking of like I'm still like healthy and can like I can still
can
play.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I talked just talked to people and it was like, yeah, you're young once, you know, and like
yeah,
I'm on the latter half of the young side now, but it's still like if you don't even same thing, like if you don't give it an attempt, right? Like you don't do anything, like what are you gonna do? Be looking back in 5 years, whatever, when you're like,
yeah,
oh, I can't move like I did,
yeah.
and then you're like, wow, I wish I did. Like that sucks.
Yeah, like that. That's just like that's the same for me. It's like if I commit to something, like I'm going all in until like my body literally can't handle it anymore.
Yeah,
So like as far as like just keep pushing the way up the ladder, just like you, And we're young ones. Like you don't want to have any regrets when you're 40, 50 and be like, oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda, like stuff like that. Like I want to just see what I can do at when I'm young and can do it still.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes leading there leads you to Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, exactly. Not a bad spot at all though.
No, I love it down here.
Oh yeah. But then you did go to Saginaw Valley State University for 4 years. So what was the process like to go to SVSU there?
Uh, Going into SPHU, I went up there for one skate that was, I don't know, April probably of of that Metro year. So ended up going up there, got to skate with the team, kind of, got a feel of it, whatever, campus
Yeah.
tour. And it was like a small campus, but like not so small that there's like 90 people, there's like
Yeah.
10,000 whatever that go to SAG. And I just loved it. And same thing, I had a few buddies like playing on that team, and that's actually like how, like we got in contact. Um, and yeah, so just made that adjustment, and the whole getting into a thing, man, it was just you just get going, Like
Yeah.
my freshman year at SAG, we had 10 p.m. practices. So it
So it's a
was,
late night right there.
dude, an econ lecture 6 to 10, and then a 10 p.m. practice that like winter semester. That was just the
Yeah.
worst thing ever. Like, that was just brutal.
Probably
But
not going to bed till like 1 or something like that every night.
yeah, no, because you're not even getting back to your. I was in the dorms freshman year, and like I wasn't getting back to the dorm till 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Like, which thankfully our rink was a minute and a half away, like 2 minutes up the
That's
road, just
nice.
super convenient. But yeah, bad news, getting back at 1 o'clock, parking's full. You're parking in the back, and you got to hike. So
It's a
that's tough.
grind.
So, yeah, everyone was made to walk from JLI, tough. Those winter months.
Oh,
Uh,
I could only imagine.
yeah, but yeah, man. Saginaw missed playoffs my freshman year, and then graduated like good class of seniors. Um, and then they actually ended up changing the playoff format like halfway through like college, because sophomore year we had to play in like regionals, and then it like went
Yeah.
on from there or whatever. So like we lost first game of that to Hope, who I think ended up going on to win it. Like they waxed us. It was like 8-0, tough. But um yeah, after that, then it went to like top 16. So now it's like, okay, since like
Better number.
majority, yeah, well, like the men's three division, right, just ran through Michigan. There was like
Yeah.
one or two other like good teams like outside the state that were like whatever, but like you look back at all the past national championships, like they're like it's always Michigan guys. So like we're like that's cool. Now we just got to have a good regular season, right? And then obviously keep playing when it matters. But
Yeah.
you know, uh, and yeah, we ended up making making an appearance at nationals. Well, we missed for COVID year. Stayed up at school, just worked out, worked, whatever. And then yeah, for year 4 and 5 at SAG, it was Natty's run. Came up short, but same time it was playing in front of the, that is one thing. Shout out Saginaw Valley, just an unbelievable crowd, man. Like night in, night out, just lockdown. Like it was nuts. And I was even showing like my teammates down here because like we were trying to explain it, and
Yeah.
like they didn't have even have the sound in it, because it's a picture, but they don't got the band playing and just beacon guys like over the balcony and everything. Like the whole student section is going nuts, just unbelievable barn.
Yeah. That's what
Uh,
college hockey's made of is just the fan sections and just like the band playing throughout the game, the fans just chirping anyone that
yeah,
they can get a hand on. And it's like that atmosphere is just such a surreal and a cool atmosphere to be a part of.
yeah, no, it's unbelievable. I mean, one game, my senior year, I got booted for some call. That's probably wrong. Uh, but like, so I was in my suit or whatever, and between the second and third, I get asked to go tell the baseball team to stop throwing beer cans on the ice, like during the Zamboni. And it was like tarps off or whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
fellas, like hilarious, right? But I was
Yeah.
like, come on.
Got
Yeah.
to get a good look, but
Yeah, I think
I
it was during Chuck Away.
love like the idea, but settle down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but like I said, that was a college hockey experience. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have changed going to Saginaw Valley for the world.
Yeah, like besides obviously playing at your home rink, like what were some of the other barns that were your favorites going that you love playing in?
On college, actually, I'll tell you this: I have a least favorite rink by far.
Really?
Arlington Ice Arena, Adrian.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know what it was, man. It was like a 3 or 4 year streak. I don't think I made it out of a game for either. Like, I don't think anything was like crazy, that I
Yeah.
did, like by any means. But like, I remember one like a kid cut across the middle, and he was looking at his laces, and I'm like, "Oh, that's bad
Oh,
news."
yeah.
So like, I took it and I got kicked, and I was just thinking, I was like, dude, how just every year this happens? Um,
His kids just looking at the puck and not paying attention where they're going, middle of the ice.
yeah, yeah, what are we talking about?
Bad habit to get into.
Yeah, that's why it's a bad habit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get caught. Uh, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other barns that actually like had fans that we played in, dude. But like, not really. Like Central had some fans, and like those are always like good games and like
Yeah.
close ones. Like that rink was just freezing, man. Like one of those you're walking in for warmies, and you're like, there's no point warming up because it's 20 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Like my
Just like
muscles are.
Lakeland Arena.
Oh, dude, Lakeland with the door open.
Yeah.
You might as well just be in the red ring. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you like college hockey is like legit like where it's at if like just want to go enjoy hockey, like go to a college hockey game and like you're not going to be disappointed wherever you go.
yeah, no, not all. And that was like one other thing that I got lucky with SAG is like I said, like the team kind of like kept getting better throughout the years.
Yeah.
Um, is that like we did like have this understanding, and like we had a ton of fun up there, and same thing, like loved my teammates up there, right?
Yeah.
Great dudes. But like we did get better, of like we started like piecing like things for like team workouts and everything together. Like you start, putting all those little pieces of the puzzle that like, you got to sit down and like have a talk with the guys and be like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going to make us better? And once
Yeah.
you get that and you can start executing,
Yeah,
things
what's
start
going to
getting
push
better.
us to the natty title?
Yeah. And then, like a culture starts to change a little bit, and, you kind of get things settled of this is how it's going.
Yeah. Yeah, so from like year one when you first started at SAG to year five eventually, like what were some of like the culture changes that you guys went through and just like how the team was from like your freshman year until your fifth year?
I don't know, getting comfortable, like getting the hang of things, and like trying to like be like a part of that culture change, like that is
Yeah.
only years like I'm getting there. Well, I guess not, because I went back and coached year after. But it was just like, like you said, trying to set things up, like everything that's gonna be better for the team. So like we started like, we brought it up to our coach of, hey, like keeping everyone accountable, but like college is tough, especially ACHA. So like it's not like you get
Yeah.
a weight room time blocked off for you. Well, there was like an app where we had to like log the time we were like at the gym. It would, like ping your location, like shows you there for start to end, and that's it. So like even like that, like little of an adjustment, like everything kind of, I don't know, coming, just like I said, coming together. And then they ended up making the jump to ACHA one like this year for the first time,
There we go.
program history. So like those little like snowball effects, like things like that.
Yeah. That's huge that it goes through like like it shows how much culture can really change a program, and just from like if it's struggling like before like you or anyone else come in, and then like you guys start really like building like a culture and like being that change. It's amazing what could happen in those 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is, and just be able to see that, like it's pretty cool. I'm sure.
Yeah, and honestly, the two co-captains we had my freshman year, they which were both they were like league all-stars, like went
Yeah,
to Russia like for the ACHA games when they had those.
yeah,
So like those guys were awesome, and uh they were like they were a good example like what like you like can play like here, right? Because like both of them, that was pretty much the breakout. Like you said, like collectively as a team, like we were kind of weaker.
yeah.
Give it to Gia Robo, like just go coast and go score, or they go weave
Put
around,
it in
do
the
their
net.
thing. Yeah, but it's like all right, seeing that, but like we're on the same ice, right?
Yeah.
Like that's possible. So then uh, uh, you're like, all right, well, this is my first year here, like we got time. What if we just got everyone that pretty good,
Yeah.
or everyone a little bit better, like going on. So yeah, shout out those guys being good captains, and like coming in. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just same thing, brick by brick.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it starts, and you just gotta keep building the bricks from there. And like you were eventually named captain your senior year. It's like how cool is that to be a captain your senior year, and just like really like set the tone for like everyone coming in, and like helping like continue on with that culture.
Yeah, it was awesome. I wore an A the year before that too, and then so like come my senior year, I was honored to have the C.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just that. It was honestly an honor of like as far as like at the helm, of the ship, so to speak, of like, all right, if shit goes bad or whatever, like I have to do, and just being able to do what you can to lead the guys, but like same time, like I gotta worry about my own game and play. But
Yeah.
like I think that honestly that kind of helped me that year, honestly, of like having that leadership role of because that would kind of like take my mind off like if my game like wasn't like all there, right? Or like even if I was doing fine, I just got in my own kitchen a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh but yeah, just knowing like, keep everyone together as a team. Because I mean, like, end of the day, dude, like, it's the best thing you get to do. Like, you get to put on your gear, go skate around with your buddies, hit some other guys, score, dude. Just have like that's awesome.
Yeah, just have a good time, and just buzz around the ice, and just enjoy with the boys, like you said. Like there's no better feeling than that, and just getting to be out there.
Yeah, exactly. So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's huge, and it's like especially like I'm sure like it was an adjustment to like balance both like being there for everyone, and then like obviously like being aware of like your own game. But I like how you said like it takes your mind off your game when it's going not the greatest, and like because like we all need those little distractions like when our game's not there, and because you don't want to be like just thinking about the game and making it
Yeah,
even harder on yourself at that point. So you just got to find any distraction that you can to get your mind away from your game, away from the ice.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but after your senior year, like it led you into getting a foot in the door of professional hockey with the Waterford Sharks and the Michigan Independence Hockey League. So, what was that year like for you in the mill, and just being with the guys in Waterford and just developing your game from there?
Yeah, it was honestly coming out of college, I still had like fed ideas in mind, right?
Yeah,
Uh, but just with how everything was going, like I said, like realistically, like I wasn't like in shape to, and like things like weren't there. So got ended up getting like a good job opportunity out of college, like got a sales job, and it worked out that like I was able to still play for Waterford, but uh I thought it was gonna have like a really I don't want to say negative impact on my game by any means because like it was still like the step up like playing for Waterford. Like that was
Yeah.
at the time like the best hockey I've played, right?
Yeah.
And shout out those guys, unbelievable. Uh but just as far as like training regimen wise and everything, of oh, I'm not in college anymore. I don't have to do, you know, three homework assignments and then, go bang a lift, skate, and
Yeah.
call it a night, like a good time. Now it's oh sweet, dude, going to work all day, and it was like an hour from my house too, like the drive. So it was
So you're
just
already drained by the end of it.
dude, gassed. And then so like I don't know, because like I enjoy lifting, so like I still would end up going, but as far as like training, like an athlete,
Yeah.
no,
It's out the
no,
door.
yeah, I was picking up some heavy stuff, putting it down, like doing whatever, little baby sweat, got out of there. Like I'm not hitting 5 mile bike tests and everything like I do
Yeah.
with the 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. group.
Yeah. But like it's all like that's an adjustment. And then like you're obviously games on the weekends and everything, but you're still able to you still have the love for the game and everything. So obviously you're still developing as a player and everything. So like what was the development period like for you in that year with Waterford just to develop yourself as a player for the next level, which was the Fed?
Uh, it was very much like right off the hop, same thing. Like I said, like best hockey I played at the time.
Yeah.
So like kind of just getting thrown into the mix like of that speed and like guys like higher IQs and like things like that. Because like in the mill, like guys have resumes. Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys have played like good hockey before, like they know how to play. So like that's gonna be a lot different than a high school freshman coming in who's like it's not college anymore.
Yeah.
But developmental wise, it was uh kind of the same thing, man. Just like whenever got that ice time, just like make the most of it. And it was honestly thankful for like guys in the Waterford team and here of like little like tips like throughout the skate, right? Because
Yeah.
like I'll wear it like if I'm getting a little rattled out there. And but it's just like little like fine details, but like someone tells you like, hey man, like this, like adjust like this little way, like that, and like you make the adjustment, it works out, like you just got better, like so
Yeah.
I think this, I don't know, like for me it's always just been like being coachable, you know, like
That's the best way to put it.
yeah, dude, like being open minded, like I'm not the best hockey player in the world. I don't know everything,
Yeah.
right? So like, and especially the fact that like I can't watch me play. Well, I mean I can, but like I'm not like in person doing it.
Yeah.
Um, it's like it's super helpful, and that's like the same thing of like the boys just being beauties, like of just all the teams I've been on. Of like overall, like if you help the guys get better, like the team's gonna get better,
Yeah.
you know. So like that went a long way with Waterford and just like talking with a lot of the guys who, like they got like head coaching jobs now, like stuff like that. So like I don't know, that knowledge being kind of passed back and forth and me just trying to absorb everything I can, and then uh also just getting back in the swing of, training like an athlete and just how far that really goes.
Yeah. There really is no secret formula to getting better and everything like that. Like it's literally like especially at like all these higher levels, like it's all about like the small details and just
Mhm.
like the tiny little details. Like it's nothing super big, but just realizing it about like this detail, like whether it be like how you shoot the puck, like what like just like your angles, stuff like that. Like it's literally the small details that'll help you get to that next level. And like just having guys being able to be there for you and help you get better as well as like you're helping them get better. Like it goes a long way. And like like you guys ended up going on a championship run against us, and you guys took us out in the championship. So like, what was that championship run like for you guys?
Uh, that that was awesome for us. Um, Especially with you guys taking it the a couple of years beforehand. So like the older guys were a lot more fired up.
Yeah,
You know, you're not getting knocked out by Muskegon again, and then that being my first year in, but at the same time like you're in the mix for a championship, and I like to win.
yeah,
Personally, it's a blast, but it's just like I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to explain like the like championship like team feeling of like just all the guys are like I feel like I'm really just beating a dead horse here, but like they're just such beauties, man, and just
yeah,
like having so much fun like with your friends and just winning and like everything is just the just best feeling ever, you know.
yeah.
Like look at
Especially
like
if you have the great group with like most championship teams do. Like
yeah,
there's no better feeling than winning a championship with those with that group.
yeah, just a group that's just got the jam, you know.
Yeah. And like
No,
that series was a battle. It was a war zone every single game. Like I was feeling it after game three. Like I was feeling it, but that was such a fun series just to be competing against you guys and competing for a championship. Like it's what it's all about at the end of the day.
yeah, 100%, and like it also makes it like that much more fun, like that elevated level of competition,
Yeah.
like of like how deep you guys were. So like you said, like we're going to battle every game. It's not like you're going in like halfway through, like you're looking around, you're like, "Fuck, I'm bored," like we're up
Yeah.
12, whatever. Like, like heart thumping, like you're standing up on the bench, like you are in one,
Yeah.
you
Like
know, and
the next goal is a huge one.
yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But then you go into this year, like you put in a uh big off season. You start back in water or you went to free agent camps and throughout the Fed. Then you started out in Waterford. Or no, you went to Baton Rouge's
Being
camp,
Hartford.
went
Yeah.
to Waterford, and now you're back in Baton Rouge. So what has this year been like for you?
Yeah. Like I said, went to Baton Rouge's free agent camp in Grand Rapids in June, I think it was. And at this point, because like I had the sales job till January, February,
Yeah.
whatever. So at that point, like just playing the hockey and then like just doing side jobs, whatever, stay busy. Um, but like at this point, like I committed like, okay, I'm putting my entire everything, into playing in the Fed next year.
Yeah.
So even like way before June, uh, it was like I guess mentioned that 6 a.m. group every day of, you know, give them a shout out by name because they're awesome. James and Ben Gleason, Carson Riddle, Roman Canal, and Max used to work out. But yeah, it was just awesome in there. But like you said, it was a big off season. Like I ended up losing like 10, 15 pounds this summer of like baby fat and like feel like good. And leading up to that free agent camp, because all those guys like Carson's playing D3 right now, like Ben and Roman are like in the American League. So like uh being able to like skate and like train with those guys,
Yeah.
like dude, this entire summer I skated probably 5, 6 days a week. Like every it was just nuts. But at the same time, it was, I knew that there was a gap like I needed to get to, gap I needed to close if I wanted to make it work. And like you said, like what are you gonna do? Look back and regret it? So,
Yeah.
do what you can.
Yeah, exactly. Put up a couple good numbers in Waterford in the middle when you're there, and then get the call up back to Baton Rouge and score your first goal in the Fed too. So it's
Yeah.
not a bad deal.
No. Yeah. So it felt good going into free agent camp. like physically and like where my game was, felt all right. Did have a blown edge, which at one point I was going for a breakout, dude, like in the corner of the blue line, start wheeling around like towards the top of the circles, like other blue, get the pass just on my tape, no edge, just explodes, dude. Guy picks it up, goes down, scores. That was like the only game or only goal we got scored on like that game
Yeah.
or something. It was just
Like, damn it,
tough.
that's my fault.
And I was like, well, back to Waterford. Uh, but no, it ended up working out. Signed the PTO from there. Came down. Uh, there was another free agent camp we did like the weekend I got here, like mid-October, which just like a lot of the guys skating, but more ice, you know. And then training camp down here, which uh yeah, funny thing about training camp, it was hot down here. Yeah. So
Oh,
like
I
all
bet.
the outside workouts and everything, just I mean like Michigan's hot in the summer too, but it was
You're just leaking during the workouts.
freaking dude. It was like me, you know, I'm a big boy. A lot of moving, so it was hot. But like great skates, great workouts. But it was day like 2 or 3. Unfortunately, like I felt good during camp because like I kept up that training regimen like
Yeah.
all summer, and like it went a really long way, and I felt fantastic. Came into training camp, and during a battle drill, like both nets like facing below the goal line, I like went to go lay out to like block Buddy from shooting because tight area whatever, and I jammed my hip like on the
Oh,
post, and it like hurt like when I got up, and I was like, oh, like that's weird. And I went to go shoot another puck, dude, and I like almost just ate it. Like my leg like gave out, so I was like, oh, that's not good.
yeah.
Uh, but it was turned out it was just like a nerve or something, so it just felt like it hurt. But that kind of sidelined me for the rest of training camp because especially like for that week, it was like I was useless, like I
Yeah.
barely. Um, but thankfully, I was able to be kept around, and like I said, I love it down here. So like I was happy to be down here, still happy to be around all the boys and everything. Same thing, the Udi group.
Yeah.
Um,
Great
but
food too.
oh yeah, dude. Every time we got to go to some event or something, there's homemade pastelaya, jambalaya, gumbo, whatever,
Yeah.
just ready.
Just
Um,
unreal.
yeah. So yeah, being hurt for training camp definitely sucked though, because then that put like a lot of like doubt, like and worry in my mind of like
Yeah.
I'm already kind of a bubble guy, like coming out of free agent camp, like being hurt really not helping my case here.
Yeah.
Um, but thankfully, like I said, able to stick around, kept doing like what workouts I could, being as mobile as possible, rehabbing it properly, and it's good to go now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's what you
yeah,
want.
yeah, got offered 4 game PTO, so uh, got those 4 in. I was here because I was scratched the first like 8-ish games of the year, whatever, but still practicing every day, still going. So it's, we're still here, still a chance.
Yeah. So worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like I said, happy to be here. So it was, yeah, got the 4 game and then, uh, unfortunately got sent back. Well, not unfortunately, because I love Waterford, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, getting released part. Uh, but yeah, so which and honestly, like when it happened, like I said, it was like obviously it sucked, but I wasn't like pissed like about like hear about it, because like you said, like always playing like up a level, like being one of the I don't say worst ones on the team, but like not being the
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
dog. Like I understand, like looking around the locker room, it's like, dude, like everyone in here like is a good hockey player, and like
Yeah.
and so I mean yeah, it was kind of just it's pro hockey, man. Like numbers game sucks. Go home, start skating with Waterford. Work work with side jobs I can, keep working out and whatever. And then yeah, got 3 games in with the Sharks, and then yeah, got a call from my coach again. Asked if I want to come back down, and here we are.
Yeah, for that's an
Three
unreal
games.
story. Unreal story to get back into the Fed and like pretty sure what was it, your first or second game back you tucked one. So like what was it like tucking your first goal there?
Uh, yeah, that was an unforgettable experience for sure. It was I got thrown on the power play in front, so like I said, same thing as all the MIHL goals. Nice and greasy out
Oh
front.
yeah.
Uh, and yeah, just pile out front. T Mac brought it out from the wall into the slot, got a net, a little bouncing puck, and got a whack and a little puck luck, and first goal.
Swat that thing home.
All it was, and it was
Yeah.
yeah.
They
So
don't
it
they
was
don't
awesome.
ask how. So you just gotta just they so like that's can't write up a better story than that, honestly, and just give it a little whack and your first goal right there, like can't really complain.
Yeah, and like looking up and looking around the river center because I mean the fan base down here is just
Yeah.
incredible. Like like Saginaw was awesome because there was like a lot of fans like for that barn.
Yeah.
Now we're playing in just a stadium arena, like
Just
place is
filled.
massive. Yeah, yeah, and like it's still juiced in there, just all the time, man. So it's yeah, doing that and looking up and just kind of soaking in of like that's that just happened, and the past 7 months, everything like feels a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah. Through all the pain, all the hard work, the days you don't want to get up, but you keep pushing, like it all makes it worth it when you get your first one like that, and like you're playing the Fed and only looking to go up from there.
yeah, man, just soaking it in, but like it's day by day.
Yeah.
But in time, like I always like to think, you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready, right?
Yeah, exactly. Always gotta stay ready no matter what.
Exactly. So
Yeah, but like that's
monkey off the
awesome.
wagon.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just such an inspiring story for everyone to hear. But we have before we wrap things up here, like got some Q&A questions from the fans from Instagram. So you wanna go over those now?
Yeah, hit me.
Perfect. So we'll go. First one is was it like being the second best diabetic to play for the Metro Jets? And you could guess who said that.
I think a goalie said that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It was
Yep.
a goalie.
Yeah, nice, Charles.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that is a great question. Unfortunately, little hardware begs to differ. About Metro Jet years, but yeah, I think I have the most diabetes out of the two for sure. So that's a feeling. But yeah, number two, that's a crazy take.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting take by Carl's there. The next one is asking about working with the moving company in the summers.
Oh, A to Z movers, dude. Uh, Based out of Saginaw, Michigan. If anyone needs anything moved around the country, took me to Florida a couple times. Loved that
It's
job,
not a bad spot either.
dude. And I'll say it, guys I work with, great dudes. They're awesome. Like we just have a
It's a
good
common
time at
theme.
work. Yeah, but yeah, A to Z, safe and reliable all day.
Oh yeah. That's unreal. That's where you gotta go if you need moving stuff. Next one is what's your favorite candy?
You know, I didn't know this question was coming for the record.
Nerds. Nice.
Dude, the gummy clusters are just unreal. Yeah, I had those on standby in case had any sugar issues during the episode. Just snack on a couple of
Yeah.
them.
Hey, gotta have it.
Keep that thing on me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not a bad snack either.
No, dude, they're unreal.
Next one is ask him about his newsletters from Ruben.
Yeah. I don't know where I like got the idea from, but it was like last year with Waterford. Unfortunately they've all been burned and can't be retrieved. But before like every game, which in the Millick we typically play on Saturdays or like
Yeah.
the Saturday Sunday, I would just you know screenshot a picture, just like blank newspaper or whatever, like article, and then just go on Snapchat. And I had like cutouts of like all the guys' faces, that you can just like throw on anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like whatever happened that week or inside joke or whatever, I'd try and like tie something in. But just end of the day, the news that just Waterford Sharks are gonna win.
Hey, whatever gets the boys going like that. I'm
Yeah,
sure the boys love that. It's
yeah.
the man
I
of the
don't know.
hour right there. The next one's from Roman. What's your summer training look like?
Yeah, summer training starts at 6 o'clock, not 6:01. Don't even think about it. You will hear about it. Um, yeah, we all work out in Gleason's garage, 6 a.m. But it's just very high demand workouts for sure.
Hey,
But I mean,
professional athlete workouts.
no, exactly, and that's the thing. If you know want to be a pro, train like one.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was getting bagged by those guys every day, but by the time it's 7:30, 8 o'clock, you're like, all right, well, time to go to work, even though
Yeah.
you just did a 5 mile, fan bike sprint, you can't even move, just on the
Just
ground.
gas. It's
Yeah,
absolutely bagged by that point.
you just can't move your body. Like,
Give me a pillow and a blanket and I'll sleep here for the rest of the day.
yeah, but no, definitely effective because like I
Yeah.
said, playing here and feeling
Yeah.
good. So
Oh yeah.
I
It's
shall
all
deliver.
all you can do.
Yep.
The next one is what does it take to be a professional hockey player?
Uh Honestly, first thing that came to mind was kind of just dedication, right? Like, you just gotta want to do
Yeah.
it and like
You gotta
put
want it.
yeah, put your resources and like things you have into it. And I don't know, like I always kind of said, like whatever like you're bad at, fix it.
Yeah. Get better at it.
Yeah, get better at it. What are we talking about? Like it's and like not to like oversimplify it, but that's like kind of what it like comes down to.
Yeah.
I hate that thing. Um, but that's just kind of what it comes down to. So yeah, I don't know what it takes. Being able to take criticism, kind of wear it on the chest, and like I said, be coachable and apply it.
Yep.
You know?
Perfect. It's no better way to put it. Next one is you consistently beat the odds your whole career. What does it take mentally to do so?
What was the first half of that?
You consistently beat the odds your whole career. Like, what does it take mentally to do so?
Uh, I, honestly, just like let's say find the silver lining, right?
Yeah.
But like in any situation you are in, right, there is some part of it, right? Even if you got to make a joke about it, like if it's like obviously people get in situations all the time that are just awful, right?
Yeah.
It's bad, but like if I crash my car and like a little chocolate, yeah, new whip, like yeah, that sucks, but
Yeah.
like something. I don't know. I mean, like that's a horrible example, but I don't
It's
know.
gotta
Like,
dig deep.
yeah, I don't know. And uh I don't know, as far as like staying on like the bright side of thing, like my dad and brother both passed away, like brother like right before metro year, and then my dad like junior year of college. Uh so I mean like that was those were both like really tough, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say like it is easy to like kind of pack it in, but like shit gets tough, you
Yeah.
know. And like at like as far as like climbing out of that, like staying out of that, like kind of staying on top of things, right? Like you kind of just do what you got to do, and
Yeah. Just keep going.
yeah, keep going. Great. Joe Dirt said, let's guard and dig it.
Yeah, just keep going, keep digging, and
Yeah,
everything will be fine.
have fun with anything you can have fun with, right?
Yeah.
Like it helps.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Let's see, there's a couple more. Uh Macoma said, "Can I get on stage?" Question mark.
Justin McComish, you will never get
Yeah.
on stage. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I work at Coyote Joe's over summers typically for the past like 7, 8 years, whatever. And yeah, no guys on stage, and you know, thinks it's special. Not happening.
Uh-uh. Yeah, that's a guy you definitely don't want to get on stage at all.
No.
The next one is how many bottles of 1800 can this man consume in a single sitting?
Great news. They didn't say what size bottles.
Oh,
So if I'm thinking shooters, right?
yeah,
Okay, I'm saying minimum of 12, right? Because if I'm in one sitting and we're watching Sunday football, that's assuming 12 hours on the couch if you're just chilling, full relax day,
that is
right?
true. Yeah.
The body naturally cycles out one shot an hour. So like I'm sober at the end of that 12 days. So that's a bare minimum of 12.
Yeah. Hey, whatever you can put down, it's always gonna come out somehow. It's always
Yeah.
gonna come out every hour.
Yeah.
So you're recovered no matter what.
Yeah. I'm sober.
Hey, there you go. And then the last question is what's your biggest motivation?
Um, I mean, a lot of things like I do like think about my dad and brother a lot, right? Of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, like that's one, but also just kind of the motivation of like just doing like what you like personally set out to do.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's motivation of like my thought, like nobody else, affect the thought process of like my genuine like what I'm thinking of. I want to play in the Fed next year, and like you got to do what you got to do, like to get there, and that's motivation of like fulfilling like your own cup that you put out for yourself.
Yeah. And
Because I
like
feel like
no matter what happens, like that's your motivation. Like we talked about earlier with going to the gym. Like sometimes you don't want to go to the gym, but that's your motivation to get to the Fed. So you go to the gym.
yeah, like yeah, my motivation just I don't know, just be a little bit better some way,
Yeah.
you know.
A little better every day.
Yeah, a little bit. So like I said, it's just good to take care of yourself and see things through, you know.
Yeah. It's all you can do, and it'll eventually all come into place if you keep buzzing, keep putting the time in.
Yeah, absolutely. Work hard,
Yeah.
be a good teammate. goes a real long way.
Yeah, it really does. Character, resiliency, like just everything goes a long way, and it'll eventually all work out if you keep going, keep buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Life,
yeah, exactly. But I think that's a great place to wrap things up. So, Aaron, thank you again for coming on the show and sharing your story. I really appreciate it and wish you the best of luck in Baton Rouge, and hopefully I don't see you playing it with Waterford again.
yeah. No, but thanks for having me on, brother. It was awesome, and yeah, best of luck the rest of this year, huh?
Yeah, thanks, buddy.